Good afternoon, guys. This is Angel with Simoni's Closet, and I figured this afternoon I'd take the time to show you guys how I make the ruffles for my bodice and for how I add the skirts on the bottom of the dress or the skirt. So here we have some top bodices with our pretty Hawaiian fabric that I'm so excited to have. Here's part of the skirt that I'll make also. And it's the same concept of how I'm going to ruffle the material to add on to this portion of the skirt or to the portion of the bodice. I have another Minnie Mouse one here also. It's fully lined. And this is what it'll look like when it's all done. Here's a little 18-month skirt. So we have the bottom, the skirt part, and then the added ruffle. Or I'll make a bodice and add this ruffle on. I have a serger, so this is what it'll look like when it's done. And this skirt is lined as well. So what I do is I take, my ruffles are pretty full. Amani likes her skirts to twirl, and to give that twirl effect, it has to be pretty full. So what I'll do is I take two pieces of fabric and then I serge them together. If you don't have a serger, you can always just do a straight stitch. Okay, see that there? So it's just taking two pieces of fabric here, and then I'm going to pin them together. I love using Wonder Clips. I think I ordered mine off of Wish a long time ago. It's worth the wait. Yes, it does take a while, but it's worth the wait because they are expensive in the fabric stores. I'm cheap, y'all. Just saying. Sorry, that's my iron going off. I always keep my iron on, and I'll show you guys why. So I clip those together at the ends there, and then I'm just going to take my serger and connect these. Okay. So my serger, I have a Brother. It's a 1634D serger. And I love my serger because it cuts the raw edges off. And it's quick. What don't I love about a serger? It doesn't backstitch. But it's okay. So this is what you end up with. Very pretty, very clean. And this is the inside, or the right side. So now I'm just going to take this over to the iron and just press this out. Okay. And my room is the way I have my room set up. It's a little space over here. See if I can get you guys to see it down there. It's just my little iron, my little mannequin down there. Okay. So now we're going to go over here to the sewing machine. Now, I do my ruffles. There are a couple of ways to do this. So, I like to do mine the old-fashioned way. Well, guess not so much the old-fashioned way. I've also used the needle and thread, but I find that with my sewing machine, on a long stitch allows me to have more control over my ruffles, and unlike with the needle and thread way, they're more even. Okay. I also have found that it gives me more control than with my ruffle foot. I do have a ruffle foot that my best friend bought me. Maybe I'll do a video on that later. But I like, this seems to be my favorite method. So what I like to do is I like to go the same way as that connection is, this way. So since this is going to be going down, I iron this part down. I want it to be going under my presser foot the same way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do one really long stitch. I'm not going to back stitch. I'm going to get as close to the edge that I can. And I'm going to set my setting at a 5. I have a Project Runway Brother, the CE 1125 PRW computerized sewing. I got it at Walmart. I love it. So I'm not going to backstitch. I like to have 2 different colors on my top and on my bottom. That way when I'm making my gathers, I don't get them confused. I also have found that for myself, I leave about a 1/2 of an inch from the edge when I go in instead of right at the edge. And that's because sometimes I may add a zipper. Sometimes I'll fold over the fabric to make my edges thicker because I add snaps since I'm working with little girl fabric or little girls designs. And here we go. Just one continuous stitch on the longest setting possible. Now I'm going over this, the seam in the middle. Just gonna take my time and just go over that a little bit slow and then keep going. I know that I'm halfway done. Now, once again, I try not to get too close to the edge. And if I do get too close to the edge, I just take it out. I just take a little stick pin and take it out. Now, I do use pins sometimes. Unlike, I have a preference on like certain projects with my Wonder Clips versus the pins, but I do have both. Now, I have this, you can barely see it on the pink. That's okay, because I did on the side too. So see, I have the one long continuous stitch. This side is white thread. This side is pink. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather and try to meet in the middle here. If I didn't have that, if I didn't have the 2 pieces connected, personally me, I like to just fold it in half and mark it and then kind of meet in the middle. That way when I'm going to meet it up with the bodice, not so much with the skirt, but with the bodice, I know where to stop so I can adjust it equally. Now, I would recommend doing 2 parallel straight stitches together. That way, in case one breaks, you're not in trouble. But I'm lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. What I have found is that me taking shortcuts, I end up paying in the long run. I do. I never wanted to do this method, so I always did the hand stitching, the needle and thread. It didn't look so nice. It was never even. I'm recording a video. So see how nice those ruffles are coming together? And they're even. Unlike if I was doing it by hand, the ruffles will not be so even. Now this stitch, once you're done, you can always pull it out since it's so, or you can pick it out since it's so loose because you did it on the longest stitch possible. It would not be hard to pick out. And see, I'm gonna try to get these as close to this middle seam as possible. Now I don't pick it out. I will not pick that that stay stitch there, or my ruffle stitch, or whatever stitch you want to call it, because I'm going to use my serger to connect it to my bodice. And I may use another stay stitch to connect it to the bodice, but then I'll finish up the seams with the serger and it'll cut it right off. All type of noises in the background. See how tight that pulled out and how nice that looks? Now that's way too tight. It is. It's way too tight. But I just want to show you guys how nice that looks. That's pretty nice, right? Look at that. Loosen it up. Now I'm pulling the top stitch. My bottom and my bobbin is white. My top thread is the pink. So now I'm just going to do the other side. My sewing machine cover, y'all. Throw that out the way. And I'm not gonna lie, I just start using this method. Listen, I just got that I just came back from Hawaii and got this fabric and I'm in love with it and I did not want to mess it up. Wanted to start the new line and have some stuff available for purchase, so I did not want to make it look all crazy or uneven or hand stitch it and have to take it apart. So I was like, I'm going to use this new stitch. Actually, I tried the ruffle foot first. I just don't, maybe I just don't know how to use it. Y'all get excited when my ruffles start coming together. Y'all get excited? I get excited. I get excited. Woo, look at that dress coming together. Y'all be so excited making these little girls' clothes. I never had like roughly dressy, cute clothes when I was a kid. And so this is another one I'm going to do. I had already sewn these two seams together. So I figured I would take you guys through the process of this. I just get excited. I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to tell y'all, every time I get this together and these single strings don't break, I'll be like, thank you, Jesus. Because it could have broken and then I would have had to start all over. All because I was too lazy to do two single string, two stitches down. Okay, so that's all I'm going to show you guys. Thought I was going to be able to show y'all the whole dress, didn't you? No, that's in another video. But there you go. See that? Look at that. That's going to be a cute skirt, y'all. Look how full it is. Thank you for watching.